Hello, I'm Miss Aili from the Yonkers Library in New York, but for now I'm at home with my favorite books, and I'd like to read two with you today. So first, let's sing our welcome song. Ready? Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, let's have some fun. Stories old and stories new, fun for me and fun for you. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, let's have some fun. Today, we are reading about bears. Oh my. And our first story is called Postman Bear, and it's by Julia Donaldson. Let's see what he's up to. Bear is writing letters. 1, 2, 3. Bear goes to post them. Who lives in that tree? Who lives in a tree? It's a squirrel. She's getting a letter. Here we go. Shall we count the letters? Only 2. 1, 2. Someone's home is in this pond. Let's find out who. So who lives in that nice wet pond? Is it a frog? And he gets a letter. Just one letter left now. Who's it for? Someone's made a heap of earth. Who's behind this door? Who lives in the ground? Let's see. It's a mole. What was in those letters? 1, 2, 3. Would you like to open one? Have a look and see. Let's see what's in this envelope from Bear. It says, "Come to my party." What a nice letter. Bear is in the kitchen. Watch him cook. What's inside the oven? Let's take a look. What is he making? Is it a cake? Someone's knocking at the door. 1, 2, 3. Bear goes to open it. Who can it be? Who's at the door? It's all his friends. And they say, "Happy birthday, Bear." I think they're going to have a party. And that is the end. And now let's sing a song about the bear who went over the mountain. Are you ready? The bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. To see what he could see. And all that he could see was the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain. sea. And now, let's read a story about a smaller bear called Corduroy. And this one's written by Don Freeman. Here he is. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. There he is. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps. Look at that. Just one button." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was an amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. Could this be a palace? Said Corduroy. I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace. He wandered around admiring the furniture. This must be the bed, he said. I've always wanted to sleep in a bed. And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. Why, here's my button, he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. Oh, look, he can't pull it off. He yanked and pulled with both paws until, pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Ouch! Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." Where is Corduroy hiding? He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the covers. Where are those ears? Is it that? "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" He found Corduroy. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator. And set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Look, they're all asleep. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he had seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I'd saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could take you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed, just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and she gave him a big hug. The end. And now it's time for us to say goodbye. Can we sing our goodbye song? Are you ready? Goodbye, goodbye, everyone. Story time was so much fun. We are done, but don't be blue. Next time we'll read something new. Goodbye, goodbye, everyone. Next time we'll have lots more fun. Goodbye.